Blog Talk Radio.
Unmarket Your Business, the podcast, born out of the need to share strategies and techniques that really work to market your business. Think yellow page ads and cold calls are your only choices? That's so last century. You're about to learn tested, tried and true marketing techniques you can apply and master, ones that feel authentic instead of salesy, strategies that are true to who you are and how you want to present yourself to your ideal clients. Let's join our host, Carol Joyce Dunlop, in the studio now and allow business success to move forward. Hey, what's up, everybody? This is your hostess with the mostess, Carol J. Dunlop. How are you? I hope you are doing well, because we have thawed out in Snowlanta, and now we're just maybe waiting on some more snow or maybe just seeing sunshine. We don't even know what's going on. I tell you, this weather here in the South is something else, and I love it to death. I would not have it any other way. So you just never know what you're going to get. So today, because you don't know what you're going to get, I got one of my bestest, most awesomest colleagues, Miss June Cline, is going to come on and tell us how making it funny is going to make you money. Because we all need to be funnier, and it may sound daunting to you, or you may be like, what are you talking about? Do I have to stand up there and make jokes? No, you don't. You just tell all that crazy crap that goes on in your life that you thought that nobody saw, that just made you bust a gut when you think about it, and then you relate to your audience. So June is going to tell us all about that. So Miss June Cline, how are you?
Well, I'm up to amazing, as you know you are too, girlfriend. Amazing attracts amazing. That's what I'm saying.
I know that's right. I love you. I love you. I love you. And I'm glad that you could come on. So I know you are definitely, as Wendy Williams says, a friend of the show. You've been on the show. It was the beginning. Guess what? It was the beginning of this year, and now you're closing out the year. Isn't that awesome?
I'll be ding dang dong. Who knew?
I know.
That's awesome. My friend is desperate, so she calls me back. I love the way that works. I love it. I'm teasing you. You know, I adore you, and it's all about collaboration and creating the fun around it. And I'm glad we're closing out the year with people heading into a new year and thinking maybe more about heightening their awareness around how they create funny. So thank you for having me.
Oh, you're quite welcome. I couldn't do it without you. I have something to tell everybody. Now, June has been helping me behind the scenes with my getting funnier, because she said I'm naturally funny. I didn't really believe her. But, you know, a lot of people laugh at what I do, so that's good. So I've utilized her tips and her coaching and all that into my speaking events, and it's really made a difference, June. So I wanted to tell you thank you for that, and just kind of hone it in on what I needed to hone in on. It was funny how you get up there and you tell a story and people just die laughing, and then if you don't know what to do with it, it's like, okay, you're just kind of standing there like, what happened? So you taught me how to do that, how to string it all together, put it together, put a purpose behind it.
I'll take that. Yeah, there are tips, tricks, and techniques that we use. And, of course, I've got my 21 humor tips, and so I guided you through that. And you know what? I mean, it is so much about the day-to-day, because whatever is universal is what people can laugh at with you and at you at the same time. And so I'm just going to go ahead and bring up my favorite story of you. You know where I'm going, is that goofy speech you did with your house shoes on, your car shoes on, because you didn't remember to even bring your dang shoes, and there you were on stage. You could either be barefoot or you could be in those funky slippers or whatever they were. But you made it funny. But dragging that story out of you, girl, was like pulling teeth. I mean, it's like you're going, I don't have funny. I don't know anything funny. And I bet that's how a lot of your audience is as well.
Right,
so
right.
The number one tip, the first tip is to decide that you want to be funny. Just decide. Make the decision. Quit yammering about you ain't funny. And that girl was you, and you are one of the funniest people I know. I watch you. We're in enough organizations together that I watch you crack people up. And so it comes really so natural to you that you couldn't see it. So congrats on getting a hold of that one, girl.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And that's true. You know, we don't see where the funny is, but if people are naturally just falling out laughing around you, you should do something with it. And you really don't have to get on a comedy stage and crack jokes all the time. You can really infuse it into what you're doing. And a lot of the stuff, I have to say, I get it from my mama, because she was one of the most hilarious women I've ever known in my life, and she would just say stuff that would just crack my sides. And I guess that we've got it. You know, I got that from her because my daughter is kind of the same way. She'll say stuff and it'll just fall out. But June, tell us, why does being funny matter anyway?
Well, I'm glad you asked. The real deal is what I call the 3 R's. RRR, that kind of is a laugh kind of thing, but the 3 R's are recognition, respect, and reward. So let me go a little deeper into all that. And I discovered this. You know, I was in my career, and I discovered that I had the ability to make people laugh out loud in a committee or on a team, or especially when it got tight, when things were like getting really serious, or there were budgets or people that weren't performing or whatever. And I could make a quote or a quip and make people laugh, and it changed the tension. It changed the dynamics in the room. So when we go back to the 3 R's, we're talking about recognition, because when I would make somebody laugh, everybody looked at me. And it was that, and some of them thought, who made her all that in a bag of chips? But if they're laughing, then the secret sauce is you've changed their brain chemistry. And people can't be upset and unhappy, according to research, if they're laughing. So I instantly changed the energy. Okay, that became valuable. Respect was, it takes a bit of a risk for you to be willing to put something out there and let it, just plop. And that's the thing about humor. You find out real dang quick if it works or if it doesn't. And my thing is, you better have something to back it up or play with a little more, especially in a speech. I talk about that all the time. So the respect, because it takes a risk, and then the reward is when it's funny and they like you. It goes right to the oldest sales formula in the world: know, like, trust. And when you make them laugh and they respect you, and then they want to reward you because they want you back, or they want you on their committee, they want you to be on their team. And that's the ROI of LOL that I talk about, is return on investment of laughing out loud, are the 3 R's: recognition, respect, and reward. And there's so many more about connection and camaraderie and being profitable, building the team. There's I don't even know how many there really are as far as the benefits.
Yeah, there's a lot. Well, I love the fact that you say, you get the respect, it's know, like, and trust, because truly when you make someone laugh, their guard is down. And if they let their guard down enough to chuckle or laugh or really get into what you're saying, that means they're, like you said, they're paying attention to you, and they want to know more about this funny person who's kind of, touched their heart a little bit. Because laughter, I think, does touch your soul. Because when you're laughing, you can't be mad or angry or upset at people. You're really more open. I think it's more of a vulnerable thing than anything to laugh. That's why I think so many people do it so many different ways, and you have this whole system that you broke down to kind of help people get along with each other. Tell us a little bit about your 4 C's. I know you're working more on it and getting it, honing it in, but tell us more about the 4 C's and how we can use that to help figure out what other people are doing so we can fit into their lives a little bit better.
I love that. Thank you for bringing up my 4 comedic styles. And I do want to say this because of the things you just said. Laughter is universal. When you are, you may not even know their language, but when people are laughing, then it's a universal connector. So, number 1, you hit that spot on. And number 2, being vulnerable. I'm listening to Brené Brown now. Isn't everybody? My God, I think she's the most quoted woman on the planet right now. But the thing is, I was listening the other day on the treadmill, and I'm just going for it, and she's talking about vulnerability, and that it's the first thing we try to protect and hide And it's the first thing the person we're meeting we admire and recognize in the person that we're meeting. So we come with our wall, and then when the other person lets it down, like you just said, then we connect with them quicker. And one of the fastest ways to do that is through laughter. And, of course, what I'm talking about are idiot moments, those crazy moments that, you know, you may be embarrassed, like wearing your slippers on the platform to the feet. Hello.
Right.
And everybody has those, but we throw them away, or we don't even consider that as material to be able to make us human, so that people let that wall down. So I discovered, in my total love and passion for humor and how and why it works, I created 4 comedic styles. So the first one we're going to talk about is crazy, which you kind of land there a little bit because you're kind of wild and wacky and wearing slippers on a stage. So, you know, crazy are the people that are so out there. I mean, they're outrageous and they're bizarre, sometimes very shocking. They're silly. Some people interpret it as silly. But then again, they're just a little wilder in their outrageousness. And it's almost like, look at me, you know, that whole bring it to me kind of thing. And again, there's I haven't said it yet, but there's no right or wrong in humor. But what there is in your comedic style is whether you're charming or harming, helping or hurting the team and are the people that you're with. And this is what teams and people don't understand individually. And what my mission is to get people to heighten their awareness of what their style is, so that they'll know if they're really helping or hurting themselves.
Right.
Because people don't know.
Right.
So that's the first one. You want me to go through all of them?
Yes.
All 4 of them?
Yes. We need it. We need it.
Okay. Well, number one, the crazies. Those are people that are much more physical. I mean, they'll use their body more. They'll wear something stupid on their head, like a lampshade at a party, at a company party, and then they have issues on Monday after that. But anyway, so that's the crazies. The carings are the ones that are. They're just more. Their humor is much more personal. It's they'll tell on themselves. They'll tell on their family and them. They got their mama and them involved, and sometimes much to the chagrin of a family member. So you need to always make sure you have permission and that it's okay to be telling whatever story if it involves a family member particularly. And these are the ones that are they're just so optimistic. And they're the ones that'll take on being the butt of the joke, and just they're positive, and they're always telling on themselves. And you know those people. I know you know those people.
Yeah.
And
I do.
when people go to my website and click on my the experiential TED Talk that I did, TEDx Talk for the Centennial Park Women, they will get to see my vulnerability just opening up the whole program with a moment of embarrassment for me, and boom, within 3 minutes, within quicker than that, I try to have my audience laughing within 15 seconds initially, and then I build a story around that, and it comes back to it. So the point is, I'm on that borderline of crazy and caring. And so people can be borderline more than one style, and they can actually be a little bit of all of them. We all are. It's just what we're predominantly displaying during different situations, like if we're under stress or just having fun hanging out with our friends. That can be different types of comedic styles. So the next one is cerebral, and gosh, they're the ones that they're so ding dang dong smart. I did 250 engineers one time, 5 women sitting on the front row. They're laughing their butts off, and the rest of the men are sitting there with their arms folded across their chest, and they're just looking at me like I sprouted a leg out the top of my head. And I'm going through my thing, and they're sitting there with their arms folded, and I noticed that, if you really watch them real tight, there'll be a little puff of air that comes out that moves their, hands up a little on their chest. And if it was really funny, then there would be 2 of those real quick in succession, and that was laughter. They were laughing on the inside. I'm like, why didn't you tell your face. I mean, it was like, oh. But then they formed a receiving line and told me how funny I was. 15, 20 men stood in line to tell me how great it was. And then also to tell me their idiot moments. So they had them. It was a way cool, way painful experience, which is where some of this came from, my whole thing about comedic styles. And then the last but not least are the caustics. And these are the ones that their humor is typically pointed out, and they can be very cynical and insulting, very harsh. And really, the caustics, that's just the way they are. And I've talked to so many people and execs that this is the kind of family humor they grew up in. It was harsh, and always somebody was the butt of the joke. So what I want this group to hear and to know is that are listening to it, the sarcastic means, and that's one of the traits of the caustics. It means to tear the flesh to the bone. So,
oh my gosh,
isn't that a fun place? Yeah, isn't that a fun place to be? So every time we're sarcastic,
but that sounds like them. That sounds like them, though.
Yeah, and it's in business and in the workplace, we use that tool a lot, but we don't realize that it can really be alienating us from our boss, from our coworker, from our families. I mean, on any given day, depending on which style you are, you can be alienating 3/4 of the rest of the other 3/4. So it's just a heads up to pay attention to how your humor is really being received.
Yeah,
awareness.
Definitely. Because it's funny. My husband is more of a caustic person, I think, but he also he has no crazy in him at all. I'm telling you, but he can at points seem like I do. I really do. But every now and then I can see a little crazy coming out, but he'll wrap it back up really, really quick. So you like, did I see crazy or not? So we have this ongoing thing, but I think we've learned how to get on each other's nerves, get off of each other's nerves, and coexist together. Because, we've been together 23 years, so we had to learn something, I'd hope.
Well,
but it's hard sometimes. Yeah, but, if you're dealing with this in the workplace, or if you're dealing with this as a business partner or even a client, it can be very difficult if you don't know what's happening. If you don't know who you're talking to, who you're addressing, how to address them, then, it's kind of like, whoa, okay. Like I mentioned, before we even got on the show today, I was talking about, a new client that I have, and they're the kind of person where they're just spewing out all these directives, but they're really open to receiving information. So, very quickly I had to understand what kind of person they were, how I could take in what they were saying and give them the right direction. And now, just within less than a week that we've been working together, we are smooth sailing to the point of where we need to be. So it's just about listening. And thank you. I had some help, but it's just about listening. And like you said, seeing how your humor or whatever is being received by the other person, so that you can get what you need from them. Because isn't that what it's all about, us getting what we need from other people without making them feel like we're trying to, like, pull something out of them and get something that they don't want us to have? Isn't that what it's all about?
Well, I do believe that, and the vice versa. It's giving them what they need. And sometimes they don't even know. I call it figure-eighting. When you come from you and it goes to them, and figure-eighting. When you figure-eight it, and I figure-eight people all the time just with energy. Figure-eight. Figure-eighting. I figure-eight you, because if I'm in your presence, then pardon?
I said I love it because we have to figure that out, and I love it. Can you hear me?
Oh, good. I can't. It just went away there for a moment. But yes, and so I want to explain this concept just a titch. I just look at people and I send them. I call it light, love, laughter, prayers, and angels. That's my thing. And when I'm gonna speak, I figure-eight the entire room. I'm just sending that good stuff out and bringing it back. And then the individual, especially when I'm working with them, which is what brought me to this topic, is you're pulling out of them what you need from them, even though they may not want to get it. But when you do it in that environment of that love and synergy and understanding, and it's how you get done what they really, really want. So that's really cool.
That's
the other thing I want to say,
true.
a couple of things, as far as the ROI of LOL and what you were just talking about, I had an opportunity. I was speaking for a group. Oh, my God, it was a safety group. So everybody's packing. You know, they come in and they've all got guns on their hips. And I'm like, oh, my God, I hope they love me. You know, it's like, whoa. So I always, in a team like that, a group, I will have them self-select their comedic style and then go to that corner so that we can see what the comedic culture is of that association or that team or whatever. And so when I did this, it was really interesting. Number one, it was, again, 99.9% men with 3 women in the audience. And I just was dreading that they weren't going to take this, my information at all, because mainly they were cerebrals and caustics, and they loved it. So much they invited me back the next month, and the next month when I came in, this guy beelined it to me and said, talk about an ROI of LOL. He said, I was ready to quit last month because my boss and I for 2 years have struggled over communication. I thought he hated my guts. And when I saw him in the corner he was, which was caustic, he said, I got it, that his humor style was harsh and sarcastic, and it didn't have a thing to do with me. And he said, we've had the best month we've ever had. Now, hello, whoa.
Hello. Yes, that's what I'm talking about, because you did that same thing at ProWin. Remember when you spoke, you had us all do that exercise, and then we got up and we went to the, our corners, and I could see exactly why I hated, loved, I don't know, different people. And it helped me to, once I saw them, okay, this is how you are. And it made sense. It was like, ding, oh, my God, really? So I knew how to connect with them, moving forward. And it's helped me so much in other things, because I can really just kind of how people are coming at me and just, I don't know, how the questions that they're asking can kind of figure out what type of person they most likely are. Sometimes I'm wrong, but most of the times I'm right. Probably 95% of the time I'm right. And I know how to connect with them. So like you said, they can get out of me what they need me for, and I can get out of them what I need them for, without feeling any kind of crazy way. Because it is so easy to be caught up in our feelings, thinking that someone hates us or they can't stand me or they think they're this or whatever. And when you know a little bit about who they are, it just makes such a difference. It really, really does.
It's awesome. I could tell you stories, husbands that have come up to me and said, oh, my gosh, I got to take candy and flowers to my wife. I always make her the butt of the joke. I'm a caustic, and she's caring, and I just now realize when she says, you hurt my feelings, and I'm going, I'm just kidding. So anytime you have to say, I'm just kidding, somebody else paid for the butt of the joke. I've had a dad come up, and he said, he's like, can I share this with my son? I'm like, of course. He said, I'm watching him become a bully with his best friend, and now I get it, and I can see what he's doing. And he said, this is going to change his life. So, I mean, it's so powerful, and that's what I want people to get, is you really do need to understand your sense of humor and how it affects others. Just heighten your awareness.
Yeah, that's it. Now, Miss June Cline, I know you got a lot of stuff going on, because I've been watching you on Facebook, and you're getting like thousands of hits on your videos that you're putting out, and you're doing stuff. You're all over the place. Every time I try to talk to you, you're like, oh, Carol, I'm getting on this flight, or I'm going here. So what is happening in June Cline's world of comedic styles that we need to know about? And then also, since we're down to probably like the last 5 minutes, tell us how people can get in touch with you. So it's a lot to put into one.
Okay. But yeah, awesome. Well, let's go ahead with the JuneCline.com. That's CLINE, JuneCline.com. And also, what you're talking about is my new business Facebook page, which is facebook.com/LOL June Cline. And that's where Carol is talking about the massive thousands and thousands. One video has, I think it's at almost 100,000 views by
Right.
now. And that's the one where I fell asleep on the plane, which is just so embarrassing. But it's funny. It's funny. And so part of what I have going on is I'm a part of a new program and a new availability for people to have this kind of views, and then that leads to a funnel page and people getting some of the things that we're talking about today. So stay tuned. I have a lot coming down the pike. It'll be the first quarter of the year. But for now, you can check out my website and also that Facebook page, and you'll be able to see what I'm up to.
Yes, because your videos are just awesome. They're awesome and funny and touching, and they're just like relative to the human experience. I love them so much and you even have your husband in one of them. He's sitting in the back, and you're just doing your thing. You're just looking at like, how'd I get in this thing?
You know what?
I
so love it. I treasure it because it was just a moment that I was just teasing and playing. I wasn't going to use it, but it's so dang funny that I had to. And it's gotten, I think, 17,000 hits, views or something. I can't remember now what the numbers are. But
I know.
The point
It's just doing it.
Doing
it's
this
doing
awesome thing. And there's a secret formula behind it that if people want to know more about, they can contact me and we'll go from there. So that's what I'm talking about.
Just go look June up, JuneCline.com. Oh, and you have a special little quiz they can take also, right?
Oh yeah, that's where you find out what comedic style you are. Just take that little quiz right there, and also you can get the 21 humor tips, and you'll get a listing of them. But what's coming out is the course where I go in depth and really give you some more instruction. That'll be part of what's brand new this coming quarter.
That's going to be awesome, because just hearing about how this has just touched people in the little bit of time that you have. You know, when you speak somewhere, you probably speak for an hour or so, unless you're doing a workshop, and it may be like 2 hours. But still, it's not a lot of time to really get in depth. So now people are going to get time with you, learning about the comedic styles, learning how to use their humor for the best way that they can. And this also helps you in your business, because if you can laugh and joke with your clients, I think those clients are going to stay with you for a bit longer than they would the other person, where they just go and say, what do I do now? Or you do this next. And it's so dry and like, okay. You know, because I want working with me to be an experience. Hopefully all the time it's a good experience. Sometimes we have crazy experiences, but I do want it to be an experience and for the person to walk away having learned something and being able to carry on with their duties, their life and stuff. And I think that's what humor provides for you, that connection that you really can't get anywhere else.
You are a natural at it, and I'm so tickled with your progress. And you're a busy woman too, so it's you're slamming it right now, and right back at you, because we're both working hard and fun to do what connects really, really, really with our individual and our audience. We're doing it, girl.
Exactly. So again, June, thank you so much for starting the year out with the Unmarket Your Business podcast, and for closing the year out with the Unmarket Your Business podcast, because we can both look back on our businesses and see how we've grown, how we've changed, and how the different areas, we've put in, and how we're going to do more in 2018. So I wish you and everyone listening the best. I've got one more episode this coming year. That'll be next week.
Year?
And then we're on into 2018. Yes, I know.
I'm excited
isn't that
about
crazy?
it. I can't wait. Yeah.
I can't wait
rock
either.
It.
Gonna rock it for real. So thank you, June, for joining me. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in, and make sure you tune in again. Oh, you're quite welcome. As always, you're a friend of the show. Always welcome back. And everyone, tune in again next Thursday. We'll see you. Bye for now.
Woohoo! Bye.
Thanks for listening. We truly appreciate it. For information about guests, products, or services that were mentioned in this episode, log on to our website at www.csicorporation.com/unmarketing. To learn more, get a glimpse of our upcoming schedule, and join the unmarketing nation of entrepreneurs who are using marketing techniques that work right now. Until next time, keep moving forward.